Hey, I'm Shay and welcome back to my channel, Books with Shay. So, good morning. This morning I remembered to turn the AC off before I started vlogging. Who would have thought? Look at us. So I am steeping my tea right now. It's smelling really delicious. I think this is going to be a good one. It smells really fresh and kind of fruity and I'm excited about that. And so that's steeping. I wanted to update you guys on my reading and talk to you about some of my plans for reading today. And so yeah, I am 250 pages into The Afterlife of Holly Chase. I don't know where I was last night when I updated you, maybe 190s, so I've read something like 50 pages between last night before bed and this morning when I woke up. So I'm on chapter 20 of this. I have about 135 pages left. I will definitely finish this today. But in a twist of events, I am thinking that I want to do the magical readathon. Olivia from Liv Reads a Latte, who I will link down below, posted her day 1 through 5 Vlogmas video this morning, and she was talking about doing the magical readathon, and of course I can't help myself but to do a readathon that I didn't plan anything for, and now I'm scrambling to find books at the last minute, and I'm scared that I'm going to take this quiz to do this readathon and it's going to tell me that I need to read a 500-page book today. So we're going to take the quiz and find out what I need to do, and then we're also going to look at Tis the Seasonathon and see where I am on those prompts, because I have 2 days to finish those if I want to do this. So as far as a holiday themed book, I can use The Afterlife of Holly Chase for this. And I already started 10 Blind Dates, and I can read any of these while eating my favorite holiday treat, which I don't even know what that is. I need to do some thinking. What is my favorite holiday treat? Maybe something from Starbucks? I don't even know, so I'll have to figure out what that is. And then book I received as a gift, I got, did I get 10 Blind Dates as a gift or did I buy it? I bought that one. So I need to actually sit down and maybe do a spread in my journal, like in my bullet journal, and assign books to these so I actually have a plan, because I've been kind of flying by the seat of my pants in December, and apparently that's not working for me if it means that I'm not going to be able to participate in all of these readathons. So let me see if I can find this quiz. So once I find and take the quiz, we can kind of adjust the expectations and do a bullet journal spread so that I can keep everything together, at least for the length of the readathon. Something that Olivia was saying in her vlog this morning was that she likes how they're releasing a prompt a week for the magical readathon, and she's trying to read a book a week for that, and I'm like, that's totally feasible. I can definitely do that, except for the fact that I didn't plan for it and I have a million other books I'm trying to read, so I really want to do it, so I'm gonna see if I can. And then also I want to do the reads from Betty Read a Latte. That is Olivia's new book club that she's doing, but I don't know if I want to do one of them or all of them. I sometimes when I don't make a plan, it's perfect and I just kind of flow through my reading for the month and I get everything done that I want to get done. But on holiday months, when I don't make a plan, everything gets away from me. Okay, so I'm going to watch G's video on the magical readathon when I get off of this, but first, all out of order like usual, I'm going to go ahead and take this quiz. Okay, so I'm taking the quiz now, and I am already discovering that I think I'm gonna cheat a little bit. So I know the prompt that Olivia got, and I feel like that's the prompt I would end up with if I did choices true to myself, but I'm gonna do it more like a game and pick some answers that don't necessarily fit me so that I can get a surprise prompt versus getting the prompt that she got, because I know that if I chose what was true to myself, that's the prompt I would get. And number one, I'm not trying to read a book that's more than 500 pages today before tomorrow, because that's my goal, is to do this prompt before tomorrow. And number two, I kind of want to be surprised by the prompt, so we're going to kind of cheat and go gravitate away from the answers that Olivia chose. So I think I'm going to listen to the Afterlife of Holly Chase while doing my journaling spreads for some of these readathons and eating my little breakfast. And I just wanted to tell you guys some things I was kind of thinking for 'Tis the Season-a-thon. So within the next 2 days to read, for Snow on the Cover, I think I'm going to do Let It Snow, because I want to read this and watch the Netflix movie, and because it's 3 short stories, I think this will be a faster read that I could get through tomorrow. And then I also want to pick up 10 Blind Dates, because even though this is the bonus for the group read, it was on my list anyway, so if I'm gonna read it anyway, might as well read it and get credit for it for the readathon. So I'm thinking those two. And then for a book I received as a gift, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And then holiday themed we've already done, so I just need to figure out a title related to music, which for a title related to music, I think I'm going to look for maybe a poetry collection or a graphic novel or something that I can find with a title related to music, so I can knock that out. And then the last thing was reading a book while eating your favorite holiday treat, which I can do with any of these once I figure out what that is. So if all goes well, I'm going to have completed 'Tis the Season-a-thon and the first magical readathon prompt before tomorrow is over. That's a lot of books though, so wish me luck. I think I'm gonna do pretty much nothing but work and read today. So today should be a pretty chill work day. It's Friday, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I should have time to read during the day, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes, and I will update you guys soon. Okay, so in a twist of events, I am sitting here reading. I just watched G's video about the magical readathon and just read through the website that she made, and this is just so involved, and she did such a good job. I'm sure you guys have all heard of G over at Book Roast, but I will link her down below. And she just like always goes above and beyond with her readathons, which is another reason why I really enjoy participating in them. And then of course they're Harry Potter themed, and that's just my favorite. So after watching her video and reading through the website and her talking about how what you do in chapter 1 may affect what you do later on in the book, so or later on in another chapter, so she suggests that you stay as true to yourself as possible. I'm feeling like I made a mistake in trying to just do prompts that I hadn't heard so that I could get answer in a way that I hadn't heard so that I could get a new prompt. So I'm actually gonna go back and do it as if I'm answering for who I am, so that my journey is more true to me, if that makes sense. And I'm 99% sure I'm gonna end up having to read a book with 500 or more pages. So I'll let you know when I do. Hey there, I am at LT's work again. I come up here a lot during the evening time because during the evening he's one of the only people in the building. Ooh, I'm very crooked, sorry. And I'm able to vlog or work or read or whatever I want to do, and every now and then a really cute employee walks by. Yeah! So I wanted to update you guys on my reading and my day and everything. My arm is already tired, that's why I always prop you guys up. Anyway, so I finished The Afterlife of Holly Chase today. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. It was so good. So I thought it was gonna be a 4 out of 5 star read, and then when I got to the ending of it and saw, so the twist, I guess, is what I expected the twist to be, except for I thought that they were going to salvage something that they didn't quite salvage, and I wasn't happy about it, and so I wanted to give it 4 stars. And then the character talks to you as the reader and addresses that the author didn't go the direction that you wanted her to and kind of why she didn't do that, and I was like, okay, I feel better. That satiated me. I'm gonna give it 5 stars. So I gave it 5 stars. I will say that I do not rate every book on the same scale, and maybe I'll do a video about that where I talk to you guys about how I rate things. But if I rated contemporary books up next to fantasy books, then all of my contemporary, a 5-star for a contemporary would be like a 3-star if in relation to a fantasy, because I wouldn't say I've ever read a contemporary that's affected me in the same way as like Harry Potter, or you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's comparing apples to oranges. So I try to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges in my ratings. So I compare my contemporaries to other contemporaries I've read. So I would say, for example, a 5-star contemporary read for me was The Hating Game, but I wouldn't say I liked The Hating Game as much as I liked Harry Potter, which was a 5-star fantasy read for me. So I have categories in which I rate things and I compare them to like items. So for me, The Afterlife of Holly Chase compared to like items was a 5-star read. So it was so good. I loved it so much, and it might be a yearly read for me now, even though I am I suck at rereading things. I'm really bad. I very rarely reread. I'm always like, but there's new things that I haven't read that I want to read, and if I reread this, it'll be taking up the time where I could be reading something new, and then I don't get around to rereading very often. So anyway, now I'm going to show you kind of what I am looking at and talk to you about what I've been doing while I've been hanging out up here. So this is my current view on the table in front of me here. So I have this whole group of pens and markers that I brought from home because I was filling out some stuff in my bullet journal. And then there's this stack of books that I brought up here, and then I've been watching YouTube videos and Harry Potter ASMR here while I read. So let's move that down and I'll show you what I have. So I ended up going back and retaking the magical readathon quiz to be more true to myself after watching G's video. And so now I need to read a 500-page book, and my goal is going to be just to get it done this weekend versus getting it done before the next prompt comes out. But I want to be caught up by Monday at the absolute latest. So over the weekend, I will either be reading Serpent and Dove, which you guys saw that I got for one of my days of like the 25 days of book gifts that I'm getting. I got this for one of them. It's been on my TBR for a while and it is over 500 pages, so I'm thinking about that. Or you guys know at the beginning of Vlogmas I finished Strange the Dreamer, and so I might move on to Muse of Nightmares, which is also over 500 pages, so I brought both of those in case I got a wild hair to start on one of them. And also this weekend I'm trying to finish the 'Tis the Season-a-thon prompts, so for that I'm reading 10 Blind Dates, and I brought this up here in case I wanted to work on this. For a book with snow on the cover, I'm reading Let It Snow, so I brought this, and I just have marked up on top here where each of the short stories ends, so I can do just a short story at a time. And then I brought We Met in December and Royal Holiday, both of which I started the audio for in the car on our little road trip, and I thought maybe I'd feel like continuing those, but I just had no idea what I was going to feel like reading. And so I brought, you know, a whole library up here in my little book bag over there. And so yeah, I'm probably about to read one of those unless I get distracted by Twitter and YouTube videos like I have been for the past hour. But I thought I would flip through my bullet journal spreads for the month. I actually did not do my bullet journal until a little bit later this month, and I don't have all the spreads in it that I normally do, but I just didn't want there to be any pressure. I'm doing a lot of planning for 2020 already, and December tends to be a lower key planning month for me once school has let out. Most of that is in my work journal, so this in my personal and reading journal is what this one is. I just have been taking my time with it, but I like the way that the pages have turned out so far, and I think I did a better job this time because I didn't do it on camera, so I wasn't like nervous. I was actually just having a good time releasing the stress of my life in this artistic outlet, so I think it turned out better. Anyway, this is my December cover page with just the strings of lights around December, nice and simple and cute. I like it. And then here are this is my habit tracker with my little habits made out of Christmas trees up here, and then little trees down here with the shiny gold jelly roll pin for the stars here, and then my mood tracker for the month with this Christmas tree, and then my 'Tis the Season-a-thon spread that I did today with all the prompts and these little gifts, and then the magical readathon prompts, and then week 1 is here, so the prompt that I got from the quiz. and then my days read spread. So if I read audio, I fill it in with this pink color, physical with this lime green, both like these here. I fill it in this color, none, like this very first day, I fill it in this color, and then at the end I'll have these decorated ornaments with what I've read, what type of reading I've done. So that's all the spreads I actually did this month, but I'm actually gonna add some more, I think, in a little bit. I don't know if I'll do it today, but so I've been working on that while listening to, I did a lot of that while listening to Holly Chase. So I'm gonna pick one of these books that I have going on here, and then I guess read something. I don't know, read something or watch something, or I really honestly couldn't even tell you. I also think I brought my Kindle. Yeah, I did. So I might do Christmas cliche on here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things to possibly read right now, and I just all these things to read and not a thing to read, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go and work on that for a little bit, and I will talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, so I'm home for the night, and it is later than usual. Elsie just worked a really late night tonight, and so it is like 1:15 in the morning, and so I'm going to try to speed this up because I know I'm going to be up all night editing if I don't. So let me update you really quickly on my reading. I finished The Afterlife of Holly Chase, which I think I told you earlier. 5 out of 5 stars. I really loved that. I am also 100 pages into We Met in December by Rosie Curtis. It is okay so far, not phenomenal or anything, not even super cheesy Christmassy yet, so I'm hoping it gets better. I'm not loving this, but I like it. Okay, it's fine. So that's about 100 pages there, and I don't know if I'll finish this weekend or not. I'm just kind of going through at whatever pace I feel like, because it's not like I'm not in love with it. And then on my Kindle, which I can't really show you the cover of because you won't be able to see it, I don't think, but on my Kindle I'm also 75% of the way into Christmas Cliche by Tara Civic, and this book is very much like I have described Tara Civic's writing to you before. And that is to say that it is not a super well-developed plot, not super well-developed characters, but there are a lot of really funny, sarcastic moments and one-liners that will make you actually laugh out loud. So I'd say of all of the stories that I've read by her, this is either my least favorite or next to least favorite. So it's not the best ever, but of the holiday romances that I've read this season already, this is my favorite one. So I mean, you win some, you lose some, you can't win them all. So I would say if you're looking for a funny, like Christmas romance, Christmas Cliche would be a good one for you. It's $3.99 on Kindle, so it's like not a huge investment or anything like that. And it does have some really funny moments in it. I'm hoping that something overtakes this as my favorite holiday romance this year, because it's not that impressive, and it's gonna suck if that's the best we end up being able to do. So I'm gonna hand those off to my lovely assistant, thank you. And now we'll get on to our book of the day. So LT had bought most of the things that were on my wish list or that we had talked about before, so now we're kind of getting into him guessing, reading synopses and seeing what he thinks that I would like and things like that. So I'm a little more nervous about these ones coming up because again, like even getting into yesterday, I was like, I don't really know what these could be anymore. The first few days I had guesses, now I don't really. I will tell you, this is again a hardcover. It feels very heavy. Like it looks thin, but this is dense. This is one of the heaviest packages that we've opened so far, and it's tall. And then the other thing is it feels like it's in a box. It doesn't feel like a book. It feels like it's a wrapped box, which is weird to me. Like, what book is this? Is a book, right? We're doing only books to unwrap. So it feels weird to me that it's like in a box, but I guess we'll see what
be a magazine.
It is. Elsie said it might be a magazine, but it is not a magazine in this box. So how do you think you did today? He looks very unsure, so that makes me even more nervous. It makes me nervous because it doesn't feel like a book. Like I'm wondering, I wish I could like hand you guys this for you to see what I'm talking about, but it just doesn't feel like the normal packaging. And then of course, LT wrapped this beautifully as usual. Of the two, I don't know if this is weird, let me know how it is in your house, but of the two of us, I suck at wrapping and he does a pristine job with these beautiful edges, perfect taping, like just gorgeous wrapping job. So when we actually have to wrap presents for family and stuff at Christmas, LT is the one that does it, and I'm just so thankful for, you know, my better half. So everything I am terrible at, he's good at, and I like to think vice versa maybe. So okay, let's go ahead and crack into this so we're not up all night to get lucky. LT looks like he's falling asleep right now. It is a box. Okay, so this is wrapped. I have no idea what this could be. Let me.
You're about to guess this.
I'm not going to.
I don't think so.
So LT says there's no way I'm gonna guess it, and I don't know how I would. It is a black box wrapped in cellophane. What even? Don't have any concept. It's pretty. This is what I see so far. Still have no idea what this is. Ooh, sure did not save this wrapping. Oh, maybe. Yeah, the kombucha girl face. I did save the wrapping. There you go. Okay, this is, oh awesome! This is the collector's edition of A Court of Thorns and Roses. So, I do like A Court of Thorns and Roses. It was the first thing I ever read by Sarah J Maas, and then I got into Throne of Glass, and I really like Sarah J Maas, and I have never seen this before, so it's really cool that it exists. You hadn't either, but you saw it and were like, Shay likes Sarah J Maas, let's do this. Okay, let's crack into this and see what it looks like. I have like the box set of the Court of Thorns and Roses series, but I lent out the first book, this one, in the series, and have not gotten it back, which I don't know why I do that. Like, I lend out books that I actually want in my library. Whoa.
I have no idea what this looks like.
This is beautiful. Wow. So this is the cover, this beautiful, the kind of wood that Feyre's in when she kills the beast at the very beginning of the story, if you've read it. Oh, and then on the back is the beast.
Wow.
So that's gorgeous.
Super cool.
I don't want to say too much about who they are or anything because I don't want to give it away if you haven't read it, but wow, that is stunning. That is a stunning edition. So I know that these are the end pages. They're gold with this really pretty pattern. I know that Sarah J Maas books in general, but especially ACOTAR, can be very polarizing. Like, a lot of people, like, I feel like most people I've heard from either love it or hate it, and I'm just someone who really loves it. These pages are so nice. They have this beautiful artwork on the corner of each page, and then the chapters have the same header as what was on the box. And that is just absolutely stunning. I love the way this looks. Like, even if I hadn't read this and loved this, which I did, I would love the way that this looked just on my shelf. It looks like an enchanted forest fairy tale, which is just my favorite kind of story. So I love that. That's beautiful. And surprising. This was not on my wish list. I have not asked for this or anything, so I wouldn't have guessed this, but I love it nonetheless, and I think you did a great job. Wow. Are you happy with this?
Yeah.
I need to add it to my Sarah J Maas shelf. So I've added it to my Sarah J Maas shelf. Queen of Shadows was not my favorite, but it was just in like the middle of them. That's why it's turned out like that, but I added this one, turned out like that, and I love it. Luna so kindly has left her toy for me on the chair, and my phone is living on the edge there. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh.
Living on a prayer.
Wow, he's tired. Okay, we're gonna look in here like we have been doing. I've been waiting for him to hide a bear in this tree because I feel like that would be the place to do it. Is it here? Did I find him?
No, I didn't.
Is he right there?
In the bowl.
Did you put him in this pile?
I think that's cheating.
Is that where he is?
No.
In plain sight?
No, he's not in the bowl of bears.
Okay, it is almost 2 o'clock in the morning and LT has to be at work at 6 a.m. and he's not going to get off until 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. So he's working a really long day and he's worked 16 hours for the last 2 days, and so I know he's tired. I know he wants to go to sleep and I'm not having any luck. So we're going to play warmer or colder. Okay, so am I
tired.
I know. Am I warmer?
Warmer.
I can't be warmer going both of those ways.
You can if you didn't move it farther away from it. Still pretty warm.
Okay.
Pretty warm both places. Warmer or cooler. Warmer. You're real hot. You're burning up.
If it is in this tree.
You're so hot. It's crazy.
Ooh.
You're so sexy.
Thank you.
Oh, girl, you looking hot.
I feel like he's saying warm when I'm in this.
So hot.
I
It's spicy.
can't tell if you're talking about this body or this bear.
Oh.
Oh, both of them. I feel like he's saying hot when I'm here by this tree. Okay, so I have searched every inch of this tree and there's no way it's in here, so we're gonna ask LT for another hint. Are you ready to give me another hint? What's my hint?
You're focused on the wrong thing.
Okay. Is it Luna? Did you take the bear? Luna, can you tell me where the bear? Where, Luna, where the bear?
Miss Wigglebutt Luna.
Miss Wigglebutt.
Sturdy.
LT? Is that my melting chocolate bear on top of this light fixture?
I think it's melting.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Can you reach that? Here, can you?
That's an LED light. Oh, nope.
I found it!
Yay.
I only needed a bunch of hints. Warmer, colder, not on the tree. Guys, is that plain sight? Like, what do we mean by plain?
Where you can see it out in the open. And that was obviously out in the open. You are a sore loser.
I didn't lose.
You can test every time.
I found it. Oh, I have to edit the clown music in here like I've been doing every day.
That's a bad idea. Like dance monkey for the camera.
You're a sore loser.
Whatever.
Okay. From our family to yours. See you tomorrow. Bye.
They're so happy about this.